welcome to Youth Space podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like 16 long.
Yeah, if you've seen it, keep listening. If you don't want to spoil it, come back to it once you've seen a bit of it.
G'day, and you're listening to Catherine and Danny. Here is the weather forecast for you. Tomorrow it's going to be a top of 23 and a minimum of 6, with only 5% chance of rain. It's probably not going to rain tomorrow. Friday, top of 23, bottom of 8, and no rain. Saturday, top of 26, a low of 11, with an 80% chance of rain. And Sunday, top of 19, minimum of 12, and a 60% chance of rain. So yeah, it's looking pretty much the same, just raining and all over the place, but you know, oh well. What
That's
can you
Victoria.
do? Literally. And today we are with the Latrobe Youth Space radio show, and we're just chatting, about general things, about memories of the space from over the last couple of years, and just bringing you some tunes as well.
What memories come to mind for you? What's your fave?
I have quite a few, but I'd say my favourite was probably the YGC camp. Like, even though it was a bit hectic and very short, I made some really solid friendships there. Like, I'll never forget when I was like, I had no idea that Michelle was like a volunteer mentor with that.
Yeah.
And when I first met her, I thought she was on the YGC for months. I was just like, oh, yeah, you're part of the YGC.
She does look really young.
Right? It's
People who are listening, she looks really young.
She does look really young.
Well, she is young.
She is quite young, yeah, but she looks like she's got baby face, and also like, well, she wasn't voting or anything. I probably should have thought about that when we like at meetings and she wasn't voting, and I was like, but yeah, I must have just missed the memo. But I remember we had this really good chat. Like, I was just a nice debrief. I was having a bit of a rough time of things, and we had a really good chat. And I was like, oh, this person's so lovely. And yeah, and also my friend Kayla, I met at that camp as well, and lots of others. So it was a really special camp. Made a lot of new friendships. Yeah,
Nice.
it's really good. We played what did we play? Dodgeball, I think it was, outside.
Oh, I love dodgeball.
Yes, it was so much fun.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That was terrifying. God damn that movie. And we also did some like theatre sports stuff in the evening, like some improv sessions.
What is theatre sports? Because when I think of theatre sports, I think of soccer, but you're wearing Shakespeare outfits and reciting as you're kicking a goal.
Can we please have that? Like, because honestly, like, I used to do live action role play, and I mean, it's obviously very fantasy oriented. Not always. There's some sci-fi teams and stuff like that, but like at least most of the time it's fantasy oriented. But could you imagine if people just chose teams from like different creative, eras or something? Like everyone was like, we're gonna have a abstractism team, and they're gonna fight the ballerinas, or just like, it would be super weird. It'd be so good though.
Oh, Jesus.
I can totally imagine. What team would you be a part of?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah?
I just find it hilarious. Just like, it's a soccer match with Shakespeare and, I don't know,
literally.
Euripides. Like,
Right?
out damn spot kicks a goal. It's a goal. But I can also think of, like, theatre sports where it's like, what's that? Is it West Side Story when they're, like, walking but they're snapping? So it's like... Get ready to rumble, boys. I feel like that would be a pretty fun sport.
That would be great. That would be so
In the middle
good.
of basketball, just...
And then the High School Musical crew comes in, they're like, get your head in the game.
Right?
Yes.
I think we should start a trend.
I think it needs to happen. I don't know. I feel like the costuming would have to be washed. It would be a bit hard because you'd have to wash it because of all the sweat.
Yeah,
like every
true.
game. But maybe you could
True.
have maybe you could just have like more simplified costumes with just like, how they like, pare it back and then just have like the key elements there.
You just wear a sash that says Shakespeare.
Yes. And
This
just
is
like,
my costume.
Yes, and just like the really iconic like stick-on mustache. I was going to say mushroom. Don't do that, kids. Stick-on...
Mustache.
I was going to say mushroom again. What am I saying?
Trying to tell us something, Catherine?
Yeah, I'm a bit hungry, I think. Not really. I just like ate a whole quesadilla on my own just in like 3 seconds. So I'm not hungry, but mushrooms. I do like mushrooms. Yes. So yeah, that would be really fun. I don't know what we're talking about. Talking about good
memories.
Yeah, we get off topic.
But yeah, I like that memory. Where was the YGC camp? Because that was before I even started.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think you were a part of it back then, but so the YGC camp was held out it was like near Haunted Hills out that way, out in the bush somewhere. Yeah, I reckon.
Sounds scary.
Spoopy. And it was really warm, and I remember like halfway through, like obviously because bushfire, it was just coming into bushfire season, but
You
it's
had
starting.
to evacuate, didn't you?
Yeah, it was starting. It's starting earlier and earlier every year, and it just wasn't expected how early that they started experiencing them. And yeah, we had to evacuate halfway through, but it was really well done. It was well managed, and we got out really quick, and it was all safe and everything. But yeah, just had too much risk, but it was still a really good time. Really enjoyed it.
Lovely.
Yeah. And to be honest, camps are always like you get up at like 7 a.m. and you barely get to sleep by like, 1 a.m. and you're exhausted. So it's probably a good thing to go home and get some proper sleep.
Oh, I am not a camper at all.
No, I get totally. We are speaking about our favourite memories in the space over the last couple of years at Latrobe Youth Space. Danni, do tell. Spill the tea. What's yours?
So mine's not more of a memory. It's more of an evolution.
Yeah.
Starting with my first week working, I stayed back because I finished at 5 and Rainbow Group didn't finish till like 6. But I stayed back because I was like, this sounds cool, And at that time, there was like 3 members that showed up. And seeing the evolution of Rainbow Group going from that to now having like more than 20 participants.
Yeah.
Like the space was, it was humming every Friday night.
Oh my God, it was so loud.
It was amazing. it was just energetic.
So good.
I even remember one session somebody put on Disney sing-alongs and the whole everybody was just singing, and it was just a really awesome environment.
Yeah.
It was a great night. It was just chill. Everybody was having a good time.
Literally. I had some of the best conversations at Rainbow Group. Yeah, it was a really chill vibe.
And one member that sparks in mind, that I won't say the name just in case they don't want me to, but for my first what do you call it, group that I joined, they didn't really talk much. They were very very silent, very reserved, very shy. And they sat next to me, and me being me, just would not shut up. And my goal was to make them laugh, which I did.
Good.
And to see them starting to seeing their journey, their growth, to being a very confident person who now does not shut up in the best of possible ways.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's my favourite memory, seeing the Rainbow Group evolve into what it is today.
Absolutely. And I think I might know who you're talking about. And same. I have seen a number of those young people come in and like get to know the staff, particularly yourself, Danni, but all the amazing staff, and just like laugh and like
form those bonds with each other.
And then they want to, like, they're just so excited to come back, and it's like the highlight. Like for a couple of our young people, they would tell me like it was a highlight of their week coming in and just being able to chat and have fun, and yeah, it's really special.
And to that, it definitely was a highlight for a lot of us too, those Friday arvos.
100%. Literally, like I would have the busiest days on Friday, but I would always be like, no, I'm coming to Rainbow Group, like it's happening. It's always a good vibe. That's so beautiful.
Right now we have a couple of audio clips because due to restrictions we can't, have a lot of people in the recording studio. But we've been lucky. We've gotten a couple of staff record their favourite memories. So we're going to play a lovely, lovely, lovely human being, Brittany Noonan, her favourite memory.
It was really hard to choose my favourite youth space memory because I have so many amazing memories from youth space. And of course, most of my favourite memories all involve animals in some way, like meeting Zoni the pony or going to petting zoos at events. But my favourite memory would have to be when I got to go to the RSPCA and see how they operate and learn everything that they do. I thought that was amazing. And I became a youth ambassador, which was really cool. So that was probably by far one of my most favourite memories of youth space. Of course, that's just one of the thousands upon thousands of amazing memories I have with youth space. yeah, that's it for me.
And that was Brittany's favorite memory. And I remember that day. I remember I was told we were going to RSPCA, and for some reason I thought it was in Warragul. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool, a quick, half an hour trip. And then we passed Warragul. I'm like, guys, where are we going?
You're getting kidnapped. It's like, ah.
But Brittany was right. It was an adorable day. We
Aw.
got to play with puppies and kittens. And I remember seeing there was this tiny little baby kitten that I was holding. And Brittany went off to talk to somebody, and she comes around the corner, and seeing Brittany's face light up when she saw that kitten. I've got photos of it because it was just an adorable day.
No, that sounds amazing.
And it was, and from there, Brittany and Taylor as well became ambassadors for the RSPCA.
Yeah, and run the amazing Animal Ambassadors program from that as well, where they
made toys.
Yeah, and
Yes.
to donate and different things as well. That was really cool. And then with COVID, it transitioned to Happy Pets
Yes.
because we couldn't do the touching of all the toys, making the toys and then sending them off for COVID issues and all the complexity of trying to gather the toys from around the valley and all that jazz. But yeah.
And I think the positive from that day was seeing a lot of I didn't realize it at first, but we saw a lot of empty rooms for where they store the dogs and the cats. And at first I was like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? And then the lady was like, no, that's good. That means they've found happy homes. And that made my day.
That's so sweet. I love
Made
that.
my day when I was like, oh, that's so good.
That's incredible. Oh, that's a beautiful memory.
Yes, we have Danica DiCiero's memory. Favorite memory of Youth Space, not just memory.
Yeah.
Because she's got many.
Many
so.
memory. Well, we'd hope so.
Yeah.
So some of my favourite memories working with Youth Space would have to be the Latrobe Film Festival that we did. I've always been a bit of a film geek, so being able to help create one alongside some young people was really cool. Also, attending the Roller Derby and Pride Gala hosted by the Gippsland Pride Initiative was also really fun.
And there you have it, folks. That is DC's favorite memories. Incredible memories. I remember the Gippsland Pride Gala and the roller derby.
That was great.
It was such a fun day, and seriously, one of the first things in that LGBTI space that Gippsland had really seen to really celebrate us and really get together. It was just an incredible night.
I remember it being great, but
Yeah.
at the same time challenging because
Yeah.
that was back in the day where I wore cake full of makeup.
Yeah.
And we were in there in the morning in Warragul,
Yeah.
Lardner Park.
Lardner Park. Yeah.
We were there, and then we all had to get in the van, drop each other off, race home, get dressed, get ready, and me being me takes forever. Back then, I'd take forever. Nowadays, it's like, this is clean. I'll put that on, and off I go. But back then, I took forever, and I called it a drag race mini challenge.
Yeah.
Got in the van, and then back to Lardner Park, and I remember sitting there going, oh, we did it.
We did it. Yes.
And then the night was just, it was, I don't want to sound cliched, but it was magical. It was
really
a lovely
magic.
night.
It super was. I had, actually one of my friends couldn't make it, but I had most of my friends there, all the Youth Space peeps. It was a really incredible night, and it just felt so special. I felt so celebrated and recognised. As an LGBT person, it was really, really cool. And the film festival
Yes,
as well.
that was amazing.
Incredible.
Were you in one of the films?
Yeah, so I wrote one of the films, The Sad, Angry, Depressed.
That's right, yes.
SAD for short.
That was one of my faves.
Thank
They
you.
all were my faves.
They were incredible. They were all amazing. It was really fun. It was a really good experience, and just writing that script and bringing a young person's vision to the screen and being a part of that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was just lovely seeing all those young people getting together and just building their confidence, like you said, and just.
And I remember I was so surprised because I was in one where I played a bully and I shoved someone to the ground or something. Typecasted, really.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Just Danny all over, We're kidding.
And since I didn't know the behind the scenes and the workshops and stuff, I honestly thought it would be some, 2-minute films recorded on a phone.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching it thinking, oh my God, you guys had a budget.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Right? Incredible.
And they were amazingly shot films,
They were
which you can
really
find on
good.
YouTube.
Yes, you can. They've got a whole playlist for them.
Yes, and we have an audio clip of, I believe, Simone's up next.
Yeah, sure do. So yeah, Simone's gonna chat about one of her favourite memories of the space.
Hi, it is Simone here. My favourite memory from this year would definitely be going along to the Midsummer Festival that was held at the start of the year in the city. For those who don't know, it's an LGBTQIA plus event, and it was just so amazing to be surrounded by so much pride and so much positivity. It was something that I had never experienced before on such a large scale. So I feel incredibly lucky to have been able to go along to that and to help celebrate the LGBT community. On that scale was just incredible. So yeah, that's my favourite memory from this year.
Thank you, Simone.
Yes, what a incredible memory. I actually haven't been to Midsummer yet, but I just hear such good things about it.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I remember it because it was so hot that day.
Yes.
And we were all under tents, so we would take shifts so we could walk around and cool off. And while walking around, I saw a drag performer dressed up like Divine.
Yeah.
Who I love Divine.
Yeah.
So I made it my goal to track them down and get a photo, and I got a photo.
Incredible. And do you want to let people know who Divine is?
Oh, yes. For those who don't know, Divine was a drag queen back in the day.
Yeah.
Known for starring in a lot of John Waters movies, which, don't watch because the younger viewers, you're not old enough to watch them yet.
Yeah.
But the performer themselves was pretty amazing. They did a couple of songs.
Yeah.
You probably remember the movie Hairspray. John Travolta stars as the mum. The reason that role is in drag because the original Hairspray movie, 1988, Divine starred as the mum.
Oh.
So every other production after that is why a man plays the mum.
Incredible. No, that's
So if you want to have a look at Divine, watch Hairspray 1988.
Yeah.
That John Waters one is appropriate.
Yeah.
Because Divine was pretty amazing.
Oh,
Groundbreaking.
Divine was divine.
Literally. Little fact of the day. And I've
Fact
got
of the
another
day.
one
See,
for later
done.
on.
Done.
Fact of the day, Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid was based off of Divine's appearance.
Really?
Yes.
That is so cool. I
To the
love
point
Ursula.
that, if I remember correctly, he was going to voice the character, but unfortunately passed away.
Oh, bugger.
But yes, that's a little tidbit for you.
Oh, love it. Love it. That's really sweet. And yeah, like Simone has been such an amazing ally. Like I've just seen her improve and develop in that area. Like she's always asking questions and she's always trying to like be a better ally. And yeah, like I suppose that's the other thing is like the team and like the way that they just really care
Yeah.
about all the young people and they care about like getting it right and about being supportive.
That's one thing I've learned with Youth Space. If you're going through something, you've got a whole team there to back you up.
Yeah.
Like if you're a staff member, volunteer, or a young
Yeah.
person in general, it's such a family environment.
Yeah, it really is. It's really lovely.
Up right now, we have another audio clip of wonderfully, wickedly talented Megan Cannon, who will be listening to this on Friday because she edits this into a podcast. So I hope I made you blush because she is so amazing, so talented,
Yeah.
just incredible.
She's an
and
awesome
she's
human being.
she really is.
Yeah.
And she's going to tell us about her favorite memory.
Hi, I'm Megan, and my favourite Latrobe Youth Space memory was probably last year when I was still a participant, and we were doing the Latrobe Youth Film Festival, in particular the second day of filming Deviant. It was really relaxed, and there was only a couple of us, but it was so fun to just run around the location with this camera and play around with our phone lights, trying to get the right lighting. But yeah, I'd say that's my favorite memory.
And that was Megan with her favourite memory of the space. And yeah, absolute highlight. I think for a lot of people was the Latrobe Youth Film Festival. It's just such a cool experience.
Especially the premiere. I mean, we got limos and we got...
It was glam.
It really
It
was
really good.
glam. Everybody got dressed up.
Yes.
Oh, and I remember another participant that I won't say their name just in case they're not comfortable. He looked like an old-timey director. He had the cap, he had the cool sunnies, and he just stepped out of the limo and he was just in his groove.
Right.
And it was amazing.
100%. And we've had people from the festival be like, yeah, film is what I want to do. Like they're pursuing like film and like creative careers now.
Like
It's such a cool thing.
like Megan.
Yes.
She started with LIFO, and now she's if I remember correctly, she actually sold footage to a company that
Over
she
in
made.
Germany.
Yes.
That was covering the
Demolition
of the coal stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she got it on film, an incredible, like a really high quality capture of it from a really incredible angle, and she actually went on to sell that. But she's also studying film and television, which is amazing. And we've had another young person who's decided that they're going to also study film and television, get into the creative field.
And not even just film and television, but just writing.
And writing, yeah.
Like, I'm very eager. There's another young person, again, I won't mention their name.
Yeah.
But they've been writing something for a couple of months now, and I'm so eager to read it and absorb the creativity.
Yes. Amazing. I think I know who you're referring to, and yeah.
And they are awesome.
They are incredible. They are very cool. And I can see their writing also being very, like, really imaginative.
Yeah.
Just like a super imaginative person.
And
Yeah.
up next, we have a memory from Taylor Kilpatrick, who I'm currently texting right now. He's listening, so shout out to DJ Tay, who has been picking out these awesome tunes.
Yes.
So Tay's favourite memory for Latrobe Youth Space is probably, I'm reading this word for word, by the way. So my favourite memory for Latrobe Youth Space is probably just being there and surrounded by so many positive vibes. Just being at Youth Space has been my favourite memories, especially the staff. They are like my second family and I wouldn't change it. Which hit us right in the feels because
Right
it
in the
is.
feels.
It is like a family.
Oh my God. I'm a very talkative person, but I was like a bit blown away. So, can't talk right.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
An amazing feeling, and Tay hit it right in the nail on the head. It is like a family.
It is, yeah, 100%. And like, there's a lot of places I've worked where they've tried to like say that, but it hasn't felt that way.
Yeah.
Where they've been like, we're a family, and they use it a lot to like try to get you to work overtime unpaid, or just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've had a few dodgy workplaces. Or they say, we're a family, but you don't actually feel like respected like a family, or you don't feel like included like a family. But
Yeah.
Latrobe Youth Space is very different.
Well, I've said it before at Youth Space when I went in for my interview,
Yeah.
which was back in the day,
Way
which
back,
was for trainee admin,
Yep.
and I went completely off into a different direction.
Yep.
But I remember usually job interviews up until that stage, I was very kind of panicky. I was nervous, but walking to Youth Space was a completely different feeling. It was like, no, this is home. This is right.
Home. This is right.
Even if I
Yeah.
don't get the job, I'm coming back.
Yeah, literally. And that's sort of exactly how it was for me as well. Like, I remember starting there and I just felt so included. I felt so accepted and I felt so safe. But like, even when I wasn't working there, like, just knowing that the space is there and it's just such a friendly team and such a friendly environment, just made it a place that I always knew that I could come and hang out. Like, even on my worst days,
Yeah.
I could drop in, I could have a chat, I could just, lie down on the couch and chill. It's always been a really friendly place. And I think just having that somewhere nearby means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking back to that interview. I remember Kylie
Yes.
came out, and I think Kylie's listening because I was texting her too during our little breaks.
Yep.
Shout out to Kylie. She came out wearing this awesome anime dress. It was a black anime dress, and she had big pink purple hair. Pink purple. What does that
Yeah.
mean? She had pink hair, pink blush, and I was like, these are my people.
Right?
These are my people.
Literally. You know that when somebody can express themselves like that in a workplace, that it's a pretty accepting and a pretty inviting place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love that. That's really nice.
It is. And that was when we were at our first space, which was right across the road from where we are now.
Yes.
And the weird thing is we had this big space, and then we moved to the second space, which was smaller, but it felt more like comforting. It was I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we had the big coloured walls and...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
and I
really
feel like that's when a lot of us kind of got... That's when I started... At that space, that's when I started studying youth work. That's where you started. That's where
Yeah.
Simone started.
Yep.
It's like the big things happened in...
They really did, didn't
Yeah.
they? And to think it used to be like a playground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just
random.
a playground
Just a
that we
playground.
kind of claimed and
We were just
took
like,
over.
you know what? We'll make it work.
We're
It'll
the big
happen.
kids.
Yeah, we're the
we
big
play
kids.
here now.
Eat sand, children. It's like- oh no.
Do you have any other favourite memories? Because,
Oh, just
again, there's so many.
Oh my goodness. I think also the YGC meetings, they were always really lovely. Like,
Yeah.
that group is just amazing. And we've seen a couple of people come and go, but most of the team has just been so passionate about it and have just stayed on almost the whole way through. The people there, like, you just know that they're young people that really care. They care about, like, the space being youth-led. They care about young people's voices in the community. And we led these amazing conversations. We made some really tough decisions at times, as well as really amazing decisions at times, throughout the last couple of years. And I think it's an incredible group of people. I've done a lot of stuff with like governance and boards and things like that. And I have rarely seen people come together in such an amazing way in terms of like governing and making sure that things are getting done and making sure that decisions are being made like really thoroughly and fairly. They're really capable, and yeah, it's really exciting. So
Yeah.
it's definitely my favourite. And always afterwards there'd be some really yummy food. I mean, gotta say, I love food, so it was always a highlight. Just sharing food, like sharing dinner with the team and just chatting, and yeah, it was always really nice vibe. And Lincoln, our chair, is just an amazing human.
Yeah.
Does such a good job.
And we are heading to the end of our radio show.
We are certainly getting there.
And before we go, I've got a little message from Kylie DeBrich McLaughlin, our wonderful manager,
Yeah.
who would like to share her favourite memory. So her favourite memory when thinking of Youth Space is watching the young people, the YGC, the staff, the volunteers, grow and evolve into the people that they are now. And, of course, the wonderful things that they have achieved, which hits me right in the feels.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in today and listening to the show. You've been listening to the Latrobe Youth Space radio show. We've really enjoyed recapping some of our favourite memories as we head towards the end of 2020. And yeah, we're going to finish up with a bit of Frank Sinatra. This is My Way. Catherine and Danny signing off. We'll see you later.
Goodbye.